to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it is your first time here. My name is Erin and I make videos about sewing. I am here on December 30th, 2024 in my very cozy Christmas PJs to talk about how my goals for 2024 went and my goals for 2025, which I decided to do a make 9. So we're going to take a look at that together. Let me know in the comments down below how you did on your goals for 2024, if you had any, and if you have any for 2025 or any things you specifically want to make. I will say my goals for 2024 weren't, I guess they were goals, they were more like touch points, things for me to keep in mind as I was picking projects or working on projects. And I really did like going about it that way. And I feel like it helped me come at things from a different way, but just, I think I advanced my sewing skills more intentionally by having specific things I wanted to work on. I did recap videos for the first 2 quarters of the year. I did not do one for the 3rd quarter because life, and I just didn't get around to doing it. So this is kind of going to be just a total view of how my goals went throughout the year. Let's look at how it went. My first goal this year was to work on fine finishes and hand sewing, and I think I did really well on that overall. I cannot say I learned any new fine finishes per se, but what I wanted out of this was to not like groan internally every time I saw a pattern tell me to hand stitch, and I don't. I actually, even on the Christmas pajamas that I made for my husband and I, there was some slip stitching of the collar. And even though I was trying to get them made like really close to Christmas and was close on time, no part of me was annoyed by it. I was like, okay, that'll be nice. Like I'll sit on the couch and chat while I do this. So I do think I accomplished that part of the goal. In terms of fine finishes, like I made no effort to learn any. I would just became more okay with hand sewing and actually kind of look forward to it. I have not hand sewn like an entire hem or anything. We're not at that point. I just have no desire to do that currently. I also have not sewn a garment where that would really be necessary, but one day. The next goal was I wanted to do shirring. I wanted to make something with shirring, and I have not done that. I do have some patterns that include shirring, and there is a tutorial, I cannot remember who, but Willow Tree Green suggested this tutorial. I talked about it, I think in my 2nd quarter check-in or at some point, for like basically a milkmaid type dress, if I remember correctly. Anyway, I have ideas, lots of ideas, but I never got around to doing the shirring. I wanted to work on my fitting skills, and I do think I've done that. I've done some fitting with pants. I have done a ton of fitting on some garments like my Style Like Francesca that I made in the spring. I did a ton of fitting on that. I've definitely become more comfortable with the fit adjustments that I need and with kind of like putting in the effort to make a toile and to get the fit that I want. I will say I still kind of put off projects that I know need fit adjustments or will probably need toiles made just because of like the time required. I'm really letting that be a hurdle. So that's something I kind of want to deal with in 2025 because I do know it's worth the effort. When I put the effort in, I'm always really, really happy that I did. So I just need to get over that mental block. There was a quilt I wanted to work on. I made almost no progress on it, and I don't think I ever want to finish it, so whatever. So it's okay to let things go. I wanted to sew a bag, and I did. I sewed multiple bags. I sewed a backpack, like sling crossbody for myself, a backpacky type sling for myself. I'm about to finish up a duffel bag for myself. So I was definitely successful on the bag making front. I find them to be very, very enjoyable. I want to make more. I do really like it. Yeah, that's about it on that. I wanted to try different materials, and I'm giving myself an A+++++ 1000% for this because I worked with ripstop, athletic fabrics, swim fabrics, lots of different types of knits, not a ton of different types of wovens, but I really, really did expand what I worked with, and especially on the activewear front and the athletic knit front. Totally just dove in head first. Also on the swimwear front, dove in. I thought that was funny. So that is something I'm going to continue doing. I actually have a cover stitch on the way, so I will really be getting into more activewear, more swimwear, more knits in general, and finishing them with the cover stitch. So really, really, really did well on that. And I have enjoyed everything that I worked with. There's nothing I hit so far where I was like, yeah, this 100% wasn't worth it, never working with it again. At least not that I can think of. So if it was awful, it wasn't that bad. Oh, double gauze. Double gauze, did not enjoy that. Will probably work with it again, but did not enjoy it. And I think I still need a little bit more time before I'm ready to tackle it again. I wanted to make a fully lined garment. I guess I technically have, because some of the activewear and swimwear and stuff has technically been fully lined. But what I was thinking of was like a fully lined dress or something like that. I have not done that yet. It just hasn't come across my cutting table. Haven't really had a need to make it. But I don't think it's that hard. I mean, famous last words. Not that I don't think it's that hard. I think I can do it when the time comes. I did alter some fully lined jackets, which was not fun and I don't really want to do again. I learned a lot about that I don't like alterations when I was doing that, but I did it. I understood how it was constructed. It took me a long time, but I understand the concepts, and I think when I go to make my own fully lined garment, I'll be able to execute it. I don't want to make it sound like I'm the master of lined things, because I took a very long time to alter 2 lined jackets, because that is not at all the case. It's just that I kind of get how it goes together, and that's really what I wanted. So I'll give myself like a 50% on that. I had a bunch of whips that I wanted to go through. I did do that. I did kind of resolve most of them in some way, either by completing them or deciding I wasn't gonna finish them. And then I made more whips. So that's a wash. I wanted to sew for charity this year, and I did. I sewed for Project Dress a Girl and Ryan's Case for Smiles, which sews pillowcases for children that are in the hospital. I sewed for both, not as much as I would have liked, to be honest. I wish I would have done more. I think I'll try to do more in 2025. I would like to. So I did it. I met my goal of sewing for charity, but not as much as I would have liked. Finally, my last goal for the year was to explore more of my machine's functions, which I definitely did. I'm comfortable with the twin needle. Well, sort of. Sometimes the tension is annoying with the twin needle, but hence the cover stitch. But like I'm pretty comfortable with the twin needle. I have other feet that I have tested out and tried out and I'm much more comfortable with. Still can't handle a rolled hem foot, but you know, maybe one day. Definitely use some more of the decorative stitches. I used some of the alphabet on there on a couple things. So I really do feel like I'm getting the most out of my machine, which was my goal, is to make sure that I was exercising my abilities, exercising the machine's abilities, and just trying to get the most out of it. I mean, I put money into it. I would like to eke every bit of use out of it that I can. So I definitely think I've done that. A bonus was that I got a serger and I learned how to use that. Feel like I've done a pretty similar thing with the serger. I've tried different, tried a rolled hem on there and things like that. I've done gathering on my serger and things like that do make me feel like I'm learning, like I'm getting more out of the machine. I still have a long way to go with the serger. I know there's still a lot of things that I could do with it that I don't know how to do yet, but I do feel like I'm getting the most out of my machines and making them worth the money, which was my goal. So overall for 2024, I think I did really well with my goals, my little touch points. I definitely kept them in mind as I worked on things. Getting the serger to kind of veer me off in some different directions and some different types of makes. So I ended up doing less wovens than I probably would have without it. But overall, I really, really do feel like I did a good job in 2024. However, I'm not going to do the same thing for 2025. I am going to do a make 9. So let's take a look at my make 9, sort of ish. It's a little cheatsy. We'll talk about it. Here is my make 9. So you will notice that in a couple of the blocks, there are more than one pattern, and we're going to talk about it. So let's start in the top left corner. I have 2 jackets. I have the Hovia jacket by Megan Nielsen and the Itch to Stitch Atinas jacket. So the Hovia jacket I want to do quilted, and the Atinas jacket I would want to make out of denim, most likely. I have both of those on there. For all of the blocks that I have 2 patterns in, it's not like I have to make both of these items. It's just that is an item that I want to make, that type of item. These are 2 patterns I really want to make. I would like to make at least one of them because there's only so much time. For these jackets, I have found, with it being winter here in Mississippi, it's not really very cold. Sometimes in the mornings it's chilly and I can use like an actual jacket, but for the most part, I don't need my like heavier coats. I have a really nice soft shell coat and then like a very heavy ski coat that literally never exits the closet here. My soft shell coat is useful but can get a little too warm and it's a little snug right now. So I want something that's a bit more mid-weight to lightweight that I can just throw on over things, because right now I'm just constantly throwing on sweatshirts, and when we're running errands in and out of places, I don't take my sweatshirt on and off, so I don't bother styling an outfit. I throw on jeans and a sweatshirt. And I just don't like wearing that all the time. I would like to showcase more of my me-mades and wear a me-made jacket over it. So these are 2 options that I would like to make. Hopefully, while it's still winter here, I have a couple more months of chilly-ish weather and actually some cold fronts due in the next couple of months, so this could be useful. Next to that, we have Vogue 2051. This is kind of a cheatsy one. It's already cut out. I cut it out back in September, and I just have not made it yet. They're bare-legged jeans from Vogue, and I really liked them. Well, bare-legged trousers. Trousers. Why am I so bad at saying that word? Trousers. They're trousers, bare-legged. I want to make them because they're already cut out. I really do like them and I want to wear them. And I need to make them before they're out of fashion, because then I will just have these cut bare-legged pants sitting here for no reason. So I really want to make those. Those will probably be one of the first things from this Make 9 that I tackle. Next to that are the Hudson pants. Specifically, I want to make them for my husband, but I did buy them for myself, my husband, and my daughter during the Black Friday sale. I really want to make them for my husband. He loves joggers, and I've made him some simplicity ones before. The first pair was pretty successful. The second was like a softer drapier, I think it was a French terry, and the first one was sweatshirt fabric. So the second one was like slightly more disastrous. I like cut off too much, and then now they're like kind of short, and he walks around showing his ankle off to the world. It's scandalous. So anyway, I'm on the search for like better joggers. I bought the Hudson joggers because I've literally never heard a bad thing about them, and he said he liked them. So I want to make those for him. I already have the fabric, and I even have like ribbing and stuff, so I should be able to make them relatively soon, but you know, I want to make all of this soon, so we'll see. Okay, down to the second row. I have 2 in this one. I have the Yanta overalls and the York pinafore, both from Helen's Closet. I want to see if this is something I like on me. The whole like bib look. I know they're not the exact same. I would really like to make both of these, but we'll see. I really want to see if overalls are my thing because I like them in theory. I just don't know if I'm going to like them on me or not. So I get to find out. And then I love the York pinafore. I think it's so cute and so fun. Once again, just need to see if that's something I like on myself or if I feel like a child, because I wore a lot of like jumper pinafore type things when I was a kid. So I don't know if it's gonna like instantly transport me back to that place and I will feel like a child again, or if I'll be like, ooh, I'm a cool, fun adult in this very fashionable pinafore. You could go either way. Next to that, there are 2 fabrics. Those are the fabrics I bought at Liberty when I was in London in October, and I want to make them in the calendar year. I do not want them to languish in my stash. They're really, really beautiful. I don't have specific patterns picked out for them yet. I do have fabric to make toiles, and I do think the Itch to Stitch Fistera top is going to be one that I at least make a toile of and might actually end up making. I see it out of either, honestly. I think maybe more so this one or this one. I don't know. But I want these to be made up before the end of the year because, I mean, all fabric deserves to be made up, but these really deserve to be made up, like a little more than other fabrics. So both of that is one where I want both of those made up by the end of the year. Next to that, we have another twofer. When I was picking things out for my Make 9, I kept pulling pants patterns because I have discovered that I need pants. I have like 2 or 3 pairs of jeans that fit-ish, and then I have a couple other pairs of pants, but I don't have a lot of pants that fit, especially because it is hot most of the year where I live, so they just like have not been on my radar for a while. And I think some linen pants could really be good for most of the year here. And just pants in general. I just need some pants because then I can make more shirts, and I want to make more shirts. So I need stuff to go with the shirts that I want to make. 2 pants patterns that have been on my radar for quite a while that I do now own are the Morgan jeans. A friend of mine actually sent me an extra pattern she had like almost a year ago at this point. And I really want to make them. The Pietra pants I also really want to make. So like, which ones do I make? I might do the Morgan jeans and then do the shorts of the Pietra pants depending on where we're at weather-wise. But I do really want to make both of those also. That's the problem. I really want to make all of these plus about 1,000 other things. Bottom row. These are not garment related. The first thing is the 2025 Murder Mystery Quilt Along. I very spontaneously saw this and signed up for it the other day. Every month you get a new block to do and a clue. And there are clues within the blocks. And one thing about me is I love like escape rooms and the like at-home murder mysteries. That's something that my husband and I will do all the time as a date night, is get one of the like murder mysteries in a box and sit down and solve it together. We just did one while his parents were here where we all sat down and solved a mafia murder. It was very good. We love that kind of stuff. So when I saw this pop up, I was just like, absolutely, sign me up, doing it. Plus, I do want to quilt more, but I have a really hard time like working it into the 17,000 garments I want to make. So this will at least give me something I can like consistently work on. I do already have the fabric requirements, so I need to go through my stash and then probably pick up a couple things to make sure I have everything I need. So I'm very, very excited for this because I've wanted to do a quilt along, but I don't know, it always felt like such a big commitment, and I was like very washy about it. Until like a mystery quilt along that lasts all year. But I could never like find one that spoke to me. This one spoke to me. It called out my name and was like, come here, add to cart. Sold easily. Anyway, next to that, also quilty, I love this. So I'm a very novice knitter. And this might be marginally, this might be slightly too advanced for me. We'll find out. But I've already ordered the yarn for it. This is the framed sweater by, I don't remember. I'll put it down here. I'm not like super familiar with a lot of the like knitwear designers and stuff like that. Why is it not coming? Andrea something? Andrea Mowry, maybe? But you might not be able to see in this, but if you click on the link below, or I'll try to include like a larger photo of it, it's like quilt blocks. It's color work with, when you make like quilt blocks, and the color changes are from a variegated yarn. So I'm very excited. I bought black as my background. So where hers is cream, I'm gonna have black. And then the variegated yarn I got is like bright colors. I think it's like orange, yellow, pink type of what I've discovered are very me colors. So I'm so excited. And then my accent, where she has like the saddles and the ribbing and stuff, I think I got an orange, if I remember correctly. I'm very, very excited about this. It's gonna take me a long time. I'm a slow knitter. I don't have like, A, I'm novice, and B, I don't use any techniques that like help make you faster. Is it English knitting that's faster? I don't remember, but I don't do anything that makes me any faster. I just sit on the couch and, you know, knit, purl, you know, all day long. But I'm so excited about this. Okay, next to that is a cross stitch pattern. It's this one, I have it right here. It is the Winter House Trio from Waxing Moon Designs. And I actually won this in a giveaway. I don't watch very many floss tubes because I'm not that into cross stitch. And those videos can be very long. but I do watch Molly McMaker because I really, really like her style. I like the things she makes a lot, and I really like how she does her videos. So I won this in a giveaway that she did. So she sent it to me pretty recently, and just today I got the linen for it and then all of the flosses that I didn't already have. I think I had like 2 or 3 of them. Once again, not a huge cross stitcher, don't have a huge like stash, but I got everything I needed for this. I don't know if I'll finish the whole thing in a year. Cross stitch could take like a long time, you guys, especially because I do have some other things I'm working on that I'm really enjoying. But I think I can finish this by the end of the year and have it out during the winter. So we'll see. I have said we'll see so many times. I'm sorry. We will see. Stay tuned. Watch this space. We will see how these things go. That is it for my Make 9. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, at least what I think is the elephant in the room. None of these are knits, and I just bought a cover stitch that should be here imminently. I have been making a lot of activewear. I'm going to continue making a lot of activewear. I have some swimwear patterns I want to make during the summer. I plan to use the heck out of my cover stitch just like I do with my other 2 machines. But in my brain, those are like, that's like a whole separate train of thought. Those projects tend to be really fast. There's not a ton of fitting involved usually, kind of no fitting as long as you pick the right size. So in my brain, those are like separate from these. These are things that like kind of not intimidate me, but just like I talked about earlier with the fitting, it's that I look at them and I'm like, oh man, that's going to take a long time, or oh, I have to make a toile of that. Ooh, like that's going to take me so much longer. I could just whip up 2 pairs of leggings in the same amount of time. So that is why nothing that requires a cover stitch is on this. That does it for today's video, you guys. Let me know in the comments down below if you set goals, if you have a Make 9, if you just follow your heart. That is generally what I do, honestly. I don't typically make any type of plans videos because I don't stick to them. And I would say this is like loose plans. I mean, I have 9 months. I have 12 months to make 9 things. These are all things I really do want to make, and we're already like percolating in my head. We're already on my mental to-do list. So I just put them in a cute little graphic to share with the world. And then hopefully they will be more prioritized. And when I do go to pick a project or cut something out, instead of being like, oh, I can make another pair of running shorts that'll take me a day to make or less, like I will refocus myself and say, what about my Make 9? I could go ahead and make a toile for my Liberty fabric that I really, really, really do want made up. So that's my plan with this. We'll see. I need something else to say. Time will tell. There we go. Time will tell how this goes. Let me know what you guys are up to in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.